Well, hello everyone. Talk about right here is like for important reasons 2016, and this activity right here basically talks about is for any type of work to where that if we really want to feel a part of the group to where that yeah that if you are given work and then if you're working on something maybe with a group of maybe about 3 or 4 people or just something that in particular that you could be working on and like wanting to where like top us like for offense is that anything relate to offense that anybody that more likely says to where that really I'm like what's the best ways of how to handle that to where while you're working on something and then somebody that may talk to you like such as like well hopefully that didn't hurt your feelings and I know that a lot of times if it's going to be anything related to it jobs related or anything that you're working on to where that somebody that may talk like such as well they can do a much better job than maybe you can or something like that and one is like anything you can do I can do better or anything like that but let's just say on average to where this was right here was an example of some work that I was working on right here. And let's just say that a lot of times usually when I look at work as to where that whatever I'm working on, I know that these are like what you call like these different line bars right here. These line, different colors and line bars. And if we wanted to where that hey, that why don't you start writing in some examples? But I'm like, really that that may takes about a few minutes of my time and I try to limit my time too for anything that comes up to where that yeah that you ought to go and talk about this or that. I was also thinking about doing one talking about maybe cabin fever or something like that, and as well as maybe the one about prescriptions at the pharmacies. But on the other hand, that I know I've got work to do, especially class work. But on the other hand, that you have right here is like for important reasons for 2016, and talking about I'm like how do we handle it to where that while we're working on something, and then let's just say that somebody that may get on to you about something not being done correctly, or that they changed their mind or they want done a certain way, or they may seem like that they're snappy, pushy, and some sort. And I usually look at it as to where yeah, like no offense to where that like all right, well I'll go ahead and see what I can do. All right, well go ahead and I'll do my best. So I try to the way I think about it, though is like you're right that try not to take it the hard way to where whatever the anything that we're doing, anything that we're working on, that if it's going to be work. If it's going to be following, taxes, or if it's going to be anything else related to any type of a job related. And well, I work to where, hey, that while you're working on something, and then there's a situation to where somebody that says something to somebody that sound pretty offensive, and a lot of times it goes by say the question to where how do we handle how does that person handle it to where they didn't hurt their feelings or if it's anything about well hey that they really felt offended about what the person said but a lot I think about I'm like really to where that anything that's really to a job to where that really they talk to you like you're not a part of the group. I don't know why why you're on the job. What's the reason to why that you're working for the place, working for the company or business? Those type of questions. So I usually thinking about is to where that yeah that while you're on the job, well you only got about maybe a few minutes left until work for the day is going to be over with or something like that, or that that we all kind of what you call have our own ways of how we want to do the job, and that's usually the way I think about it too. Is that anything that like, well, we each have our own way of how we want to do the job, and we each want our own space, and then thinking about, I'm like, really about the stress and pressure that I'm sure anybody that's working in an office, especially like at the insurance companies, to where they got a number of phone calls and multitasking, and they say that a number of documents that have to be ready and filed within an hour, and that, and then the people that may be snapping off at every once in a while at the employees or something like that. So I know, how do we handle these situations to where that important reasons to remember about hey, that don't take it the hard way. I'm just doing my job, or hey, that we're just trying to tell you about what needs to be done. That from all the 15 employees, or maybe the group of businesses of some kind, that they may say that yeah, that while you're working somewhere, that they're going to yell at this person just because something wasn't done correctly. And then it's like thinking that necessarily to where was that really necessary? I'm like, you could have handled it a little bit better, more respectful. And usually the way I think about it though is like, really, I try to ignore any situation to where that I just mainly focus on what I gotta do, and then if anything offended to where that you have to something to try to keep your mind off of off the stress and anxiety as well. So just thinking about, I'm like, really, and usually that goes by like a daydream. Anybody like say that yeah, I think daydreaming is pretty good to where it takes your mind, and stress off of what's going on around the room. And like thinking about that something, an idea, like, well, like a joke. It's like you think of a joke in mind. If you want to think of like a little comedy, something that you watched maybe on comedy, start thinking about taking your mind elsewhere for just a few seconds, not for a full hour, but just a few seconds to kind of get your mind on a pause to where thinking about a radio station that you listen to a lot of times, to where something to help, get the stress off your mind. And I'm sure that they say that, usually a lot of times to where if you're going to be working somewhere, and then there's so much stress going on to where that you really have like what it's like, if you want to call it the nervous breakdown of some kind. But just thinking about it's like something to look forward to, especially to where that something to get your mind off of all the stress and anxiety as well. So one of those could be, it's like, yeah, that's something that says something very important to you that you want to share, or if you want to share something such as maybe something that you made, and as well as hey, this is what I found out, this is how this works, this is how that works. So anything that's based on a job, though, necessarily to where really try not to get too upset over the fact about, yeah, that somebody said this or that, the way how it was handled. So I just thinking about, like, really, that we may get tired of dealing with that every day, to where while we're working on something, and then next thing you know it, that somebody's giving us a real hard time. Somebody's being disrespectful about to somebody about something. So yeah, a lot of times, especially at work, or if it's school related, or if it's going to be anything about maybe paying bills or something like that, to where that while you're working, and then that people want to, what you call, point the finger, they want to go ahead and say something such as, like, you're not doing a good enough job, you didn't do it right, you keep constantly making mistakes, you didn't do it right. So just thinking about, I'm like, really, I'm like, anybody say, when do I often hear about the words such as, well done, great work? Instead, you're going to be hearing such as, well, this is not acceptable, or this is not done right, I didn't order that, or that the documents are not completed right, they are backwards, or whichever kind. So they're like one to where it seems like any job that it seems like to where that, yeah, we may take it maybe for the paycheck, but then on the other hand too, really, are we going to really take it necessarily just to show it's like the type of experience to where, hey, I'm Matt, and I like to have the job because I like colors. So it's like one to where yeah, that there's some type of important reason to why you want the job, and you want to take this experience. And just thinking about, I'm like, really, how well are we willing to work with other with machines, and how well we're willing to work with other people as well. But so far as the important reasons, like, you try to concentrate mainly on the job. but that, an important reason